Jesy Nelson's eternal song, a tapestry of twins, trials, and transcendent love. Jesy Nelson has always been a melody in motion, a voice that soared through Little Mix's anthems, a spirit that bared its wounds to the world, and a woman who carved her path with fearless authenticity. But in the spring of 2025, she stepped into a symphony greater than any stage: motherhood to twins, born against a crescendo of medical odds. With Zion Foster, her partner and quiet harbor, Jesy faced a pregnancy where every ultrasound was a prayer, every heartbeat a fragile note in a song of survival. Arya and Ezra, their monochorionic diamniotic twins, were not just miracles, but a testament to a love that defied fear, a community that lifted them skyward, and a woman who found her truest strength in surrender. As Jesy cradled her newborns, their tiny breaths syncing with her own, she knew this was her magnum opus, a story of sacrifice, faith, and the unbreakable bond of family. This is the epic odyssey of how a pop star became a mother, leaving a legacy that will echo for generations. Jesy's life had always been a canvas of contrasts, glittering highs and shadowed lows painted in the public eye. Born in Romford, Essex on June 14, 1991, she grew up in a working-class family, her mother Janice a fierce single parent who instilled resilience in her 4 children. Jesy's voice, raw and soulful, was her ticket out, leading her to the X Factor in 2011, where Little Mix was born. With Perry Edwards, Lee Ann Pinnock, and Jade Thirlwall, she crafted a legacy of empowerment through hits like Wings, Black Magic, and Shout Out to My Ex. But fame was a double-edged sword. Jesy faced relentless trolling about her appearance, battled anxiety, and shared her struggles in her 2019 documentary Odd One Out, a raw expose on cyberbullying that cemented her as a voice for the vulnerable. Leaving Little Mix in 2020 to pursue a solo career was her boldest move yet, yielding her 2021 single Boys and a newfound confidence. Yet nothing could have prepared her for the chapter that began when she and Zion Foster learned they were expecting twins. Jesy met Zion in the summer of 2022 in a North London recording studio where their worlds collided. She was laying down vocals for a new track. He was producing beats with a soulful edge. Their chemistry was instant, a spark of laughter over a shared love for 90s R&B, a quiet understanding of the music industry's grind. Zion, with his warm brown eyes and easy smile, was a grounding force for Jesy's fiery spirit. By 2023, they were inseparable, their relationship a blend of creative collaboration and unspoken promises. When Jesy discovered she was pregnant in late 2023, it was Zion who held her as she stared at the test, both of them laughing through tears. Twins, the doctor confirmed weeks later, and the news felt like a gift wrapped in wonder. But wonder soon gave way to worry when they learned the twins were monochorionic diamniotic, or mono-di, sharing a single placenta, a rarity that carried serious risks. Jesy announced the pregnancy in January 2024, her Instagram post a radiant snapshot, her hand on her subtle bump, Zion's arm around her, the London skyline behind them. "Family of 4 coming soon," she wrote, her words igniting a firestorm of joy. Fans who'd followed her from X Factor auditions to solo stardom flooded her comments with love, heart emojis, virtual hugs, and predictions about the twins' names. But Jesy, true to her ethos of honesty, soon shared the harder truth. In a video filmed in their cozy flat, she sat on a velvet sofa, Zion beside her, and explained the stakes. "Mono-D twins share 1 placenta," she said, her voice steady but her hands fidgeting. "It can lead to complications, like one baby taking all the nutrients, or worse." The worse was twin-to-twin transfusion syndrome, TTTS, a condition where uneven blood flow could starve one twin while overwhelming the other, risking both their lives. "It's really awful to say," Jesy admitted, her eyes glistening, "but it could mean losing them." Transparency was Jesy's lifeline. "I'm a very honest person," she told her fans, her Essex accent grounding her vulnerability. "There's not a lot you don't know about me." This openness had forged a bond beyond fandom, a family of millions who cheered her triumphs and held her through pain. From her mental health struggles to her exit from Little Mix, Jesy had shared her truth, and now, facing her greatest fear, she needed that family more than ever. "Just pray for us, please, guys," she pleaded, her voice breaking. The response was a tidal wave of love. On X, Pray for Jesy trended for days, with fans posting candle emojis, prayer hands, and videos of themselves singing Touch in solidarity. In fan groups, strangers shared stories of their own high-risk pregnancies, offering Jesy hope. A group in Brazil launched a virtual prayer chain, their messages translated into Portuguese, Spanish, and English, a global chorus of support. The medical journey was a labyrinth of hope and dread. Mono D twins, occurring in about 15% of identical twin pregnancies, require rigorous monitoring. Jesy and Zion became fixtures at King's College Hospital, where their obstetrician, Dr. Amelia Carter, guided them with expertise and empathy. Dr. Carter, a specialist in fetal medicine, explained TTTS in stark terms. One twin could become a donor, losing blood and nutrients, while the other, the recipient, faced heart strain from excess flow. In severe cases, both could perish. The solution, if TTTS emerged, was fetoscopic laser ablation, a surgery to sever shared blood vessels in the placenta, balancing the twins' supply. "It's the best chance for survival," Dr. Carter said, her calm voice a beacon in Jesy's storm of fear. But the procedure carried risks, including preterm labor or loss, and Jesy grappled with the weight of the decision. Jesy's pregnancy became a tapestry of small joys and looming fears. She and Zion moved into a North London flat, a two-bedroom haven with exposed brick and wide windows. The nursery took shape with intention, a soft gray pallet, twin cribs, and a rocking chair where Jesy imagined singing lullabies. She painted a mural of a crescent moon and stars, her hands smudged with paint as she whispered to her bump, "You're going to love this world, little ones." Zion, ever practical, assembled furniture with a playlist of Stevie Wonder and Lauryn Hill in the background, but joy was tempered by anxiety. At 18 weeks, a scan showed slight disparities in the twins' growth, a hint of TTTS. Dr. Carter recommended weekly ultrasounds, each one a high-stakes glimpse into the twins' fragile world. Jesy clung to the grainy images, two tiny forms, their hearts flickering like stars. At 20 weeks, the signs of TTTS became undeniable. One twin's amniotic fluid was higher, a marker of uneven flow. Dr. Carter proposed the ablation surgery, urging urgency. "I feel guided, but I'm gutted," Jesy told her fans in a tearful update, her phone propped on a coffee table. "I hoped we wouldn't be here." Zion, his arm around her, echoed her resolve. "We're doing this for the baby's best chance." The surgery at 22 weeks was a masterclass in precision. Jesy lay on an operating table, local anesthesia numbing her body but not her heart. A tiny camera guided the laser through her abdomen, severing the problematic vessels. Zion sat beside her, humming a melody he'd written for the twins, a soulful riff he called Starlight. The procedure lasted 90 minutes, each second a prayer. When Dr. Carter emerged, her smile said it all. It went perfectly. Jesy sobbed, relief crashing over her like a wave. The surgery was a milestone, but the path ahead was fraught. Weekly scans became Jesy's ritual, each one a dance of hope and fear. She documented it all, sharing ultrasound clips and raw reflections. "Some days I'm a warrior, some days I'm a mess," she wrote, posting a photo of her bump under an oversized hoodie. Her fans responded with unwavering love. A group in Manchester sent a quilt embroidered with fans' names, each stitch a prayer. A mother in Sydney, whose mono-dyed twins were now teens, mailed a letter. "Your babies are fighters, like you." Jesy taped these words to her mirror, a daily reminder. Her family, too, rallied. Her mother, Janice, visited weekly, cooking shepherd's pie and sharing stories of Jesy's own childhood. "You were a fighter from day one," Janice said, her voice thick with pride. Jesy's siblings, Jade, Joseph, and Jonathan, sent silly group chats to keep her laughing, their love a constant thread. Zion's evolution was equally profound. Raised in Brixton, he'd grown up with music as his refuge, his father a reggae DJ, his mother a nurse. Fatherhood was uncharted, but he embraced it with a tenderness that deepened Jesy's love. He read books on twin development, mastered Jesy's cravings, pickle and peanut butter sandwiches to her delight, and wrote Starlight as a vow to their twins. "I want them to know they're limitless," he told Jesy one night, her head on his chest as rain tapped the windows. Their bond, tested by stress, grew roots. Late-night talks about their fears, their dreams, their shared vision of a family filled with music and love. Jesy's transformation was a quiet revolution. Motherhood taught her to surrender control, to trust in the unknown. Her past battles, with self-doubt, with fame's pressures, had forged her resilience, but this was different. She found solace in music, writing lullaby-like verses for the twins, her voice soft against the hum of their flat. She also leaned on her faith, a quiet spirituality nurtured by her mother's prayers. "I believe they're meant to be here," she told Zion, her hand on her bump. Her fans, too, became her strength. When anxiety crept in, she scrolled through their messages, each one a lifeline. A fan in Texas sent a playlist of calming songs. Another in Japan drew fan art of Jesy as a superhero, her twins in her arms. These gestures, small and vast, wove a safety net around her heart. As the third trimester loomed, the twins' survival seemed more certain, but preterm birth was a risk. At 30 weeks, Dr. Carter scheduled a cesarean section for 33 weeks, balancing the twins' growth with their safety. Jesy spent the final weeks nesting, packing a hospital bag with tiny hats and a playlist of Nina Simone and Etta James. She recorded a final video, her bump now a proud curve. "We're almost there," she said, her smile radiant. "Thank you for carrying us." The delivery day in April 2025 was a symphony of nerves and hope. Jesy and Zion arrived at the hospital at dawn, hands clasped. The operating room was a blur, nurses' voices, monitors' beeps, but Jesy's world narrowed to Zion's hand in hers. As the anesthesia took hold, she pictured the twins, their faces still a mystery. When Arya's cry pierced the air, Jesy's heart leapt. "Our girl," the doctor said. Ezra's cry followed, a defiant wail. Born at 3 pounds 14 ounces and 4 pounds 1 ounce, they were small but fierce, their lungs a testament to their fight. Holding Arya and Ezra, Jesy felt a love so fierce it rewrote her. Arya's wide eyes held a quiet wisdom, Ezra's squirms a spark of mischief. "They're perfect," Jesy whispered, Zion's tears mingling with hers. The twins went to the NICU, their tiny bodies in incubators, but their prognosis was strong. Jesy and Zion spent days by their sides, singing Starlight, their voices a lullaby against the machines. The news broke online. Jesy's post, a photo of 2 tiny hands captioned, "Our miracles are here," amassing millions of likes. Fans threw virtual parties, Little Mix's members sent love, and numbered Nelson twins trended. "Aunties can't wait," Perry wrote, hinting at a reunion. But for Jesy, it was about her family, the 4 of them, a new constellation. The NICU was a crucible of love and patience. Jesy learned to navigate feeding tubes, to celebrate tiny gains, Arya's first ounce gained, Ezra's first unaided breath. When the twins came home after 4 weeks, their flat became a haven of chaos. Jesy, once a night owl, adapted to 3 a.m. feedings, her voice hoarse from lullabies. Zion, the planner, made schedules the twins gleefully ignored. "It's the hardest thing," Jesy told fans, her hair in a bun, Ezra asleep on her chest. "But it's everything." Arya grew into the observer, her gaze tracking Jesy's every move. Ezra was a whirlwind, his giggles a daily gift. Jesy saw herself in them, her strength in Arya, her fire in Ezra. She and Zion dreamed of their future, Arya's first ballet class, Ezra's first drum lesson, while savoring the present, their flat filled with coos and cries. Jesy's story rippled beyond her fan base, a universal hymn of perseverance. Her transparency inspired parents of mono-die twins, who formed online communities in her name. She planned a documentary, Twin Stars, to share her journey, and a new album, weaving motherhood into her music. For now, she sings to Arya and Ezra, their tiny hands her anchor. Her odyssey, from pop star to mother, fear to faith, is a testament to love's power. Congrats to the family of 4, a melody of miracles that will sing forever.